CBS LA at 11 starts with breaking news.
Our breaking news tonight, propane tanks explode and a massive fire erupts at a South El Monte recycling plant.
Everything just went up like really, really fast. Everyone started running because everyone was inside.
The fire burning late into the night, filling the sky with smoke, and there is concern about the toxic material that could be burning. A shelter-in-place order has just been lifted, and our Desmond Shaw is live in SkyCal.
And Des, the fire has been burning for hours now, but it appears to be calming down.
Of difference from what it was early this afternoon around 2:30 when it first began, and we could see it all the way from West LA. As I zoom in on some of the residual flames here, we do have some video to show you of the towering inferno that was earlier happening here at this metal recycling facility. All sorts of different materials that were going up in flames, and at one point we saw what looked like some pretty crazy explosions. Actually, a series of them may have been either titanium or magnesium shavings. Both of them are known to produce those kind of white hot looking explosions. So that LA County Fire, they had to be in defensive mode for most of the day. It looks like, as I widen out, you can see they have released the most of the resources on this one, as most of the material has basically burned itself out. They don't even have any high pressure fuel or hose lines on this one fighting this at this point. But these recycling fires can be very tricky. A lot of the time you just kind of have to let them burn themselves out. So I would not be at all surprised if this is still smoldering by tomorrow morning. I'm sure LA County Fire will be out here for days before they can even begin their investigation into what happened. This family-owned business on 4 acres, it's been here for more than, or just about 60 years. Looks like it has burned almost completely to the ground. Live in SkyCal overhead, I'm Desmond Shaw. Pat and Rudabeh, back to you in the studio.
Desmond, thank you. And that burning bringing concern about toxic materials being released into the air.
And our Nicole Comstock is on the ground where people living nearby are taking precautions.
Tonight, there's a team out here testing for toxic metals in the air, but just in general, burning metals are highly toxic, and you can still see that smoke that's pumping out of this fire and lingering over the neighborhood tonight. Many people noticed it was bad just by the smell of it, and so they were wearing masks when they came outside, and they're wondering what it is exactly that they're breathing in. The air is filled with thick white smoke in this South El Monte neighborhood, where a fire erupted at scrap metal recycling business P&T Metals this afternoon. With propane tanks exploding on the property and hazardous material like titanium likely burning, city officials ordered neighbors to take shelter indoors with their windows closed.
We're trying to get through it right now. They just turned off the lights and the power, and we just went and got to pick up the kids right now from school.
Theodis Richardson says he's worried about how toxic the air is around his family's home because it smells so acrid.
We're trying to stay in the house as soon as possible. They told us to stay indoors until they get everything contained. As soon as you step outside, you can smell it really bad.
The South Coast Air Quality Management District is deploying a mobile platform to test for toxic metals in the air.
We still want people to stay safe, so if you're in those protection shelter-in-place zones, please close all your windows and doors and turn off your HVAC systems.
The LA County Fire Department says the metals stored at the property were burning really hot, so they went into defensive mode right away, spraying tremendous amounts of water from outside the burning buildings, while the cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Just started screaming because I was outside, so I just tried to run and then started screaming about fire, fire, fire.
A welder who works at the business told us someone was moving material with a forklift and accidentally created a spark that spread.
I saw one of my coworkers, like a little spark going to everything. I think it just went up.
Now, thankfully, no workers or firefighters were hurt during this fire. LA County Supervisor Hilda Solis has since said that she is now working with state and city officials to address any health or safety concerns after this fire. Reporting in South El Monte, Nicole Comstock, CBS LA.
Nicole, thank you. The fire filled the SoCal air with smoke.
And meteorologist Danny Rivera is tracking the air quality. Danny? All right, we'll see you in a bit, Danny. Now, deputies swarm a shopping center in Linwood tonight after reports that federal agents were being swarmed by protesters at Plaza Mexico. People taking to social media saying ICE agents were there.
CBS LA assignment editor Mike Rogers is at the desk. And Mike, you started working the phones and found out these were not ICE agents after all.
Not ICE agents at all, Pat and Rita Bay. A case of mistaken identity here. They were actually employees of the TSA. They're air marshals that were just there having dinner, according to the Sheriff's Department. Take a look at this massive scene, though, in Linwood. The Sheriff's Department had to respond here in force after a crowd started to grow around these three air marshals. You see them there all standing on the sidewalk and around. There was lots of yelling, chanting. We could hear it. People with megaphones that were down there as well. So the Sheriff's Department says somehow, somewhere, one of the people down there thought they recognized one of these guys as an ICE agent. So that's when the word started to spread. There you see the three men right there between the two patrol cars. Those are the air marshals that are caught up in all of this. Now, sheriff's deputies got there. They kind of held back the crowd for a while until they could formulate a plan to get these guys out of here. Ultimately, they brought in a van. The deputies escorted them out. You'll see the next video here when that all goes down. They were able to get this van here on the sidewalk. Even as they were trying to do that, we saw people coming up here and trying to yell things at them. And you see the deputy there kind of with their hands up holding them back. Ultimately, though, they do get in that van. That van takes off really, really quickly once they're all inside, obviously trying to get out of the area. We followed the van for a little bit, ended up going to Century Station, which is just down the road from this Plaza Mexico area. But again, tonight the Sheriff's Department says they were not ICE agents. They were not Border Patrol agents. They were federal air marshals that were just having dinner at a Korean barbecue place there in Linwood. The crowd, though, disagreed.
An update to this deadly explosion at a Bell Gardens apartment building. Fireworks and homemade explosives may have caused the blast. A teenage boy died and two others were also hurt. One of them was severely burned and remains hospitalized. The second, a young boy, was treated and released. The other families in the 4-unit apartment building are still not allowed to come home. And a new development out of Minneapolis. CBS News has confirmed that the federal agents who shot Alex Preddy are on administrative leave. Initially, the Trump administration said the agents were still on duty, but in a different location.
And tonight, CBS's Matt Gutman shows us new video of Preddy more than a week before he was killed.
Okay, we are trying to reroute that audio for you, and believe we have it now.
Tonight, new video has surfaced that shows Alex Preddy during an encounter with federal agents recorded 11 days before he was fatally shot. In the video, the man is seen yelling at agents as they get into their vehicles. When they drive off, he kicks a taillight. An agent jumps out, grabs him, and slams him to the ground. Moments later, the agents retreat, and the man walks away. Matt Gutman, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Preddy was an ICU nurse. Healthcare workers across the nation, including here in Southern California, are honoring his memory with vigils across the country.
And our Lori Perez is at one of those vigils tonight in Orange, where local nurses explain why Preddy's death feels personal to them.
Nurses will tell you nursing is not a job, it is a calling, and their work caring for the community is not confined to the workday. That was the message sent by nurses here in Orange tonight as they honored Alex Preddy. I am Alex Preddy. Across the nation tonight, in vigils like this one, registered nurses are saying his name, Alex Preddy, the 37-year-old ICU nurse killed by ICE agents last week in Minneapolis. Dozens gathered outside UCI Medical Center in Orange tonight, lighting his picture with the glow of tiny candles as the backlash to his shooting death continues to grow.
We mourn for the death, but we will keep on fighting like hell for the living.
His fellow nurses say they feel a special outrage because Preddy was killed doing exactly what he was trained, what they all are trained to do, helping someone in need.
And to see him just being shot while helping and being, practicing what he loves to do, which is caring for somebody who's hurting. It's really sad.
Data from the Public Policy Institute shows immigrants are 36% of registered nurses in California. So the ramping up of ICE enforcement and the escalation of violence is personal to many SoCal nurses and those who support them.
You know, I came to this country and I lost a loved one in the streets of my country, similarly killed, and he's brought a lot of emotions. I feel very tied to Alex Preddy.
Tied to him by a dedication to protecting the community with the compassion, the humanity, and the toughness of a nurse.
And it angered me deep inside to the point where I felt like it's time for me to do something, whatever I can do. Donate my time, my money to candidates, passing the word out, at least coming out here and, you know, paying my respects to somebody who was a hero and who I aspire to be more like.
The union, National Nurses United, has scheduled a week of ongoing vigils like this one. They say they want ICE abolished. In Orange, I'm Lori Perez, CBS LA.
An activist known for helping LA's homeless people has died. Miss Shirley